check here. Technically, Roxanne's not going back in here tonight. Maybe she is, maybe she isn't. We'll see. Ooh, Percheron Unicorn. So I am currently listening in my little pod ear. Hello, honeys. I am listening to a show that's going on down in Florida. Apparently it's the Unicorn Percherons are in right now. And yeah. Oh, there's going to be 2 heats. So, to say that I'm obsessed with this would be an understatement. Obviously, guys, you're watching me get up and hit this every single day. But I also spend my entire time when I'm not on the phone with you guys or going live, I'm also spending studying, contacting, reaching out, listening to podcasts about it, reading, research. My poor boss actually hears way more about horses than he wants to know. There's always an ongoing joke. I show up and I wash my hands every day. Some days are more critical than others. And he always asks, like, the level of critical of that day. You know, whether or not I've handled the stallion or whether or not I've ultrasounded a mare. He's always like, what level of uh-oh are we at? And yeah, so that's always kind of entertaining. So yeah, just listening to the show, draft horse community is very small. And if you can have people in that situation sort of reach out, or like I know the people, I've talked to the people that I'm listening to showing down there. What's this late start in chores this mid-Saturday? Oh yeah, I am definitely a little behind. It's a Saturday. So Saturday to me actually is more of a house cleaning day. Not a lame excuse, but basically it was -5 this morning. So I don't think the horses, they don't mind the cold, but they certainly also don't mind not being put outside until it's a little bit warmer. I did kick them out a little earlier, and then sometimes when I'm later on these chores, it's because I've gone to a different barn and done those stalls first. So I've got like different rhythm, different pattern for each day. I do find it critical the night before to plan out what's going on, so that way that doesn't happen. Sean, I did not get it yesterday. She is on her way home right now, though. Her name is Piper or Grace. Kind of see which one we end up calling her. That certainly will be a lot to talk about tomorrow, but also not having a clue what I'm going to talk about tomorrow because I won't know her yet. It's kind of nice that she's starting right at the beginning of the month for me now, so that way I know exactly when she got here. I'm not going to have to remember some random ass fucking date. One thing I sincerely wish that I was able to do is have an area to keep her. Dinner date? I didn't have a dinner date. I had my sister's engagement party. I actually just had a really restful moment at the other farm. Started overheating, which is how I ended up in this hat instead of in my normal, well, this is to you guys my normal hat, but instead of my normal winter hat. Because it is a little nicer out than it has been. I'm really excited about the mare we just picked up. I think it's going to go really well with Tilly. And the cool part about it is my baking went pretty well. But turns out I'm not sure I like sourdough bread. I'm very excited about the mare getting picked up because I think she's going to go with Tilly really well. And one of the things, kind of in a sad way about her and Tilly getting along, is that they both will be in the same level of rehab. So hopefully they can recover, strengthen up, and be really well matched. So unlike the others being significantly stronger than Tilly, and then they usually are just like, I got this, I'll take care of it, no big deal. Hopefully what's going to happen is the both of them will be like, oh my God, like they can handle it equally together and then be done. So that will be really cool. Let's shovel away. I have a couple other podcasts to listen to as well. Right now in my ear is just a horse show going on. I kind of want to hear how they're placing. They just lost service, or I did. I'm not sure which. Not that I can see very well how they moved or anything in the video, but it is just really nice to hear how the horses are placing, what's still going, the hitches names, judges names, and honestly, a little reminder of why I'm shoveling shit in the dead cold of soon to be February, but January. And yeah, kind of keeps your heart going for the sport. Well, it's really not the fun time to keep going. Can't wait to hear that. Drive on. Do I want to be down in Florida? Yeah. I mean, I would have a good time. I love my friends down there. I wish I could see it, but I'm not upset about having my time of rest and recovery. I'm not upset about that by any means. Like, you gotta accept the stages of your life and of the year on how it is. Right now it's time to rest. I have a very young hitch. Not a lot of people run hitches of all 3-year-olds, that's for damn sure. Especially in the Clyde world. So I'll be excited to see how they are as 4-year-olds next year. But I think they needed the winter off. I kind of have been looking back at some photos of the horses over the years. Of course, we get those Facebook memories, TikTok memories, and they're hilarious to me because of the fact that they kind of end up showing you, like, I'm like, oh my God, I thought she looked good then, you know what I mean? It's like when you look back at teenager photos of yourself and you're like, oh my God, I thought that looked good. And you're like, no, that makeup looked ridiculous. I wasn't really ever a big makeup person, but still, whatever. Yeah, brakes are good. No drive off. So, I love my outfit, yeah. I love rolling in the snow. I actually just did today because I was sort of relaxing. Get out. Get out, Milo. See, the funny thing is the fact that when I like go to turn out horses in the morning, all I can like want to do is clean the stalls. I think it's funny that a lot of people don't think or don't remember doing stalls fondly, and it's like, God, I just think it's super relaxing and enjoyable. So I love it. Oh. I'm listening to the placings of a show down in Florida. It's very interesting how it's going. It's showing horses in the winter is not for the faint of heart. I can only imagine. I mean, even down in Florida, isn't it like zeros? The largest problem would obviously be their exposed pipes and not dug for frost. So I'm really hoping that doesn't end up being a large problem. Sort of like how nobody's talking about the fact Tennessee, Nashville area is still completely out of power due to an ice storm, but they didn't want to pay union wages, so they even sent troops power line back home from Vermont instead of getting it fixed. Weird world we live in. But I do hope everyone handles the cold well. I mean, I handle it well because I'm born and raised and I love this and I'm ready and prepared. But I know there's not a lot of that going on. Like working by yourself. Do you wear Seattle, Washington? I don't think you guys are getting cold though, right? My high school best friend moved out to Seattle, Washington, and it was for the better. She absolutely could not drive in snow for anything. Yes, it does rain a lot out there. That's, yeah. I don't think I can handle that much rain. Kind of helps things grow, or there's not really enough sun to grow things after, is there? I really would like to make this fit, but this wheelbarrow also chipped. It broke. And that last little section was really critical to hold this up. The horse they just listed in my ear is Striker as well. Beautiful mountains. You guys have really cool trees. I know that's a really weird thing to say. But for those who don't know, I actually went to forestry. And so I like my trees. Listening to people talk about riding draft horses is painful. I absolutely do ride most of mine. I think I've sat on all except for maybe 2 of them, 3 of them. 2 of them are not old enough. 1 of them's not secure enough, and I think the rest of them I've gotten on. And really not necessary. They're not really the best riding horses. Do I have a favorite tree? Black locust. They make excellent long-term wood, high burning mass for firewood. They have a really cool prickly, whatever. I have no idea about in the east. That's where I am. I have black locust. I did go to FFA Nationals, and I was supposed to, like, learn all of them. That was never going to happen. It's kind of a weird. I'm beating the crap out of this log. Shit. It's still a little nice and chilly. Change of pitch. That's when you know it's empty on the inside. How you guys doing? Yeah, I don't know what it is out. It doesn't feel so bad. I didn't go live yesterday because it was honestly just very uncomfortable. I wanted to just hammer through chores as fast as possible. No pun intended with the lacking. Oh God. Be lightning, thunder, thunder. Let's see. Says 11 degrees out. Not bad. Didn't leave the stalls. I did them, I just didn't do them live. I I absolutely will never leave myself unclean. I don't even care how hungover I am, I still get chores done. It's just going live. I can go faster. Good enough. I really hate the rubber ones. It's been an ongoing theme that, like, although you don't have to look out on how hard you whack them. They're just, you have to whack them harder. A little reaction. The horses don't care about the snow. If anything, they kind of run around a little bit more. No big deal. They don't care. Lightning, lightning and the thunder, thunder. Yes, I am a natural blonde. I just like to lighten it more. I got a lot of songs stuck in my head. Da. I do get a really good workout. I get asked all the time how often I work out, and I'm like, never, but every day. It's like the same thing people ask, oh, do you ever get a day off? I'm like, well, technically this is never considered a day on for me. Yes, it is going to weigh a lot, but it's also broken off the back front, so it is what it is. Lift with your knees. Squatting. You guys can see anything besides the poop pile. The horses are out. Oh yeah, you can see them a little bit. They are all so cute lined up. Then the two mares, pregnant mares, just sunbathing away. Happy-go-lucky. Okay, next two. I would not say it's a good way to take out your frustration. The reason is that you can break the buckets that way. Make sure I got this with me. Okay. So that's just a third of the stalls to get through with the water buckets done. And then it will be hay nuts. And then it'll be maybe some relaxing time. How's it going? I really hope you motivate. I don't think I motivate a lot of girls. I think a lot of girls hate me. That's okay. I'm not very motivating. I think it's just easier to get jealous of people and mad at them. It is what it is. So, wish I could motivate people. You can't motivate somebody who doesn't want to be motivated. That's for fucking goddamn sure. So I think there's a lot of people who think that they're doing the best they can. They don't even realize how good they could do it. But a lot of people like looking busy without getting a lot done. It's probably there's definitely times and days that I felt super busy, scatterbrained, uncombobable, like all over the place, but not actually getting anything done. That's not, those are not good days. Has it ever hit 0 degrees Fahrenheit in Florida before? Most, they hang out however they really want. Striker can't go out with everyone because he is a stallion. And he would just be like continuously trying to flirt, kick Joey out, flirt with the others. He would just, that's not a good idea. He can't do that. I know that sounds super cruel. I did try turning him out with the mares, the pregnant ones already. And honestly, Vivian beat the shit out of him. I love my big mare. She is a champ. She really has a tough girl attitude, and she will move him around, which is not bad for him to learn some social aspects, but she wasn't really letting him eat. They're jealous because of what I do. It's what it is. But anyhow, back to the horses. So the pregnants are separate because Vivian's really cruel and I want her to have somebody to hang out with. When they have their babies, I want them to be together. They are a mother-daughter duo anyways. And I like having them together. This is not an easy sport. You got to be pretty ruthless for a lot of things. Buying, selling horses, geldings, cutting stud colts into geldings if they're not good, blah, blah, blah. And one thing that brings me internal peace is Vivian and Bailey together. They're my starters, they're my babies, and I'm not going to budge on that. That being said, I did sell the other sister, so it's not like I'm a complete nut job about it. The other sister did not get along with these two as well. She was the wrong color, the wrong goddamn shape, and she had to go. But she went to a loving home. But I'm not going to deal with that around here. I don't want to. Not for me, thank you. I did find a really nice loving home. She's going to probably just pleasure in riding horse the rest of her life. I didn't really see her ever having the spark to be in the show ring like the others. So I think it's a better setup that way. I'm very happy with them out there. We'll see. Do, 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 do. Well, they just got the 6 horse hitches in the ring now. I never actually thought that I would end up building up to a 6. I thought I was trying to sell 2 horses this time last year. One of them was actually Joey. If anybody follows along, even for remotely, you know that I promptly decided that that was not a great idea. And he became one of my favorites. I'm sorry to say that all the time, but I have been working for about 10 years to make it so there are horses that I really enjoyed in the barn, and I definitely got to that point. So she's one of my favorites. He's one of my favorites. Tilly's becoming something that's really impressing me. Vivian and Bailey just are good for my heart. They're not really great for the hitch, but they are good for my heart. Yeah. Good afternoon. How's everybody doing? Ontario, you guys gotta be a little bit colder than us. Ooh, fly your state. Flying today, that's gonna be cold. I don't really know. I guess you can't really be exposed to anything. This stall got plenty of good bedding last night. Hey guys, how are you doing? I appreciate you. My father has horses or had horses, have horses. He still does. They're a lot. Horses are a lot. They're a lot of fun. They're a lot of work. I think they're really just a lot of work. But if you think that a perfectly clean stall filled horsies' tummies while they're munching away, there's a lot of joys I have in them. whack. Don't talk back. It looks like it's cold. It's 11 degrees out Fahrenheit. Whatever the hell that is for you. If I'm being honest, it's kind of warmed up. It was -5 this morning. So it's always kind of interesting because like -5 being versus now, so it's, you know, 3 times as warm as it was. You can actually look up my exact weight, or close to it. If you watch my last YouTube video, I show how much of this I am. Boop-a-doo. Two more in this barn, and then 3 more. Getting through it. Now, the fun thing is in the summer when I do happen to do a few chores, it looks way better. Not only that, but I have a lot less chores to do. And the reason is I actually tend to like to leave the horses out. So that way they don't have to be locked up. I turn them in the winter so they can get out of the weather, so they can get away from each other, somewhere nicer to lay down. I think it's a little more important that they get their own dinner all winter. I'm very pumped about how my horses have been maintaining some fantastic hoof growth. So that usually slows down the winter, but mine have been maintaining it. And the reason is their diet doesn't vary. I've been called out before. I don't have a lot of pasture. It's okay because I can't have my horses running around like woohoo all the time. The reason is I do put like larger shoes on them. I don't want them to lose that shoe, step on it, so on and so forth. Super cruel, I know, haha, whatever. They're well loved, they are well cared for, and they're not born to be Mustangs, so they cannot be treated as so. So anyhow, and in the summer, what you do is horses have an unbelievable love of rolling in sand. All of my horses do. And so in the summer, and laying in it, what I absolutely love doing is I'll get a couple loads of sand delivered in each one of the pastures to be nice and thick, and I keep them outside, and they can just roll in the sand when they want to take a nap. It's nice and sandy, and they don't have to come in and out. Not to say that I can't, or don't, or won't, blah, blah, blah. I do whatever works for the farm, for the herd, for the barn, for that season. So sometimes it is having them in. Sometimes it is having them out. It's, you know, it's the plan of the week. Kind of weird that I just realized this show's not ending or not starting with a 6-horse hitch. And the reason it's always best to start with a 6-horse hitch is that is the most competitive class show. So you would want to start off with the horses in their best condition. It's kind of weird not to. But, I don't know. I'm not the one running the show. Crush ice. Where's the whiskey? 142 in winter here. Yeah, yes, I'm 142 pounds while I'm all dressed up. sweat. It's kind of hot out. It's not hot out. Again, when I got out here this morning, it was -5 degrees Celsius, Fahrenheit. And then it is now up to 11 degrees, which means I am dressed for 3 times as that. My mares are not due until April, and whether or not I keep them will be up to what they are when they come out. If they're a colt, instant, no. If they're a filly, it will depend on how they look. I don't breed horses that I wouldn't want to see what the results were, but at the same time, these 2 mares are not the foals, not the mares that I was the most looking forward to. One is Bailey. She has a lot, the traits that I love about her. I love her hair, which is a weird thing, but welcome to breeding Clydesdales. We do care about their hair growth, hair length, in their legs, etc., etc. I think she's a gorgeous face, beautiful silhouette. She's just short. She's short, and in the past, she has produced short-necked horses. I'm not sure if that's due to who I was breeding her to, because my light horse also has a short neck, which is my Clyde Cross. So the father was kind of produced 2 short-necked horses in my eyes, both of which I've kept, and I don't like that. So we will see. I think what's going to come out is going to be just a little too short and small for me, for where I'd want to go. I'm not trying to breed for monsters. I would rather correctness over size. So if she could just be like 3 inches, I do think she's really pretty. I do think she's really great. Are you 7 on that hat size? 6 3/8 or 6 7/8? Just barely not. That's and then the other one, Vivian, will be interesting. She's too short in the pastern to have the flicking knees that I would like her to have. She is also too short in the neck. So I don't think I will be rebreeding those. If I do, it would be she would be rebred to a horse named Caden, who is not Striker on the farm. But we'll also see if Striker was able to pull through. I much prefer his neck and height, or his neck, not his height. So if it comes out, has her height, is a mare, there's a bunch of qualifying traits. But we'll see. I don't want to watch these. My Amazon wish list has other hats that I would like. I would really love a white one. Had a white one before. It's got unwhited. It's actually one of my favorite photo shoots with that one, which is why I want another one, but that one did not fit. I was seeing, kind of made some weird rattling noises. Couldn't keep up with that part. turns out it's just slow wagons going by or making that noise. At least nobody's wrecking. Thanks, guys. Boop-a-doo. Oh, good God. Gotta say, I think one of my friends must regret. This is one of those rubber ones. You can whack it a little harder, but you also can't get it all out. I hate that, but mostly because you keep feeling like you're about to get it. All right, how many more? Ugh. Sorry about that. Aw, thanks, guys. I hope you have a great day, too. Do. Yes, Randy, I do have extra buckets because I have been breaking them. Actually, I've been pretty good. I broke 2 this year, and I lightened up. One of them I dropped on its handle and popped it apart. I was like, what the fuck? Of course, those are also things I keep on my Amazon wish list, so. Okay, this one was pretty organized. I don't know what that is, but you can talk to me about it. Doo-ba-doo. Dean Woodbury. Okay. I made a mess. Tiny mess, but I made a mess. Wow, sweating. But I think if I take off anything, I'm gonna end up cooling down too quickly, so I'm just pushing through. Da, 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 da. I would need a large supply box. Well, you can't do that. You gotta control the wax. I have no idea if this one's gonna fit. The damn broken section of the wheelbarrow really screws with me. That is not how you spell that, and I didn't know what you were talking about, actually. So. Embarrassed is EMB to start with. So I'm a little embarrassed about how you spelt that. I'm gonna send that one to later. This is that thong chick, girl. But it is 11 degrees out. So that thong is deep tucked away. Actually under 40 pounds of clothing, if we want to be specific. It's pretty easy to clean stall. I don't think I have very much left to it, so I think it will fit. Just the itty bitty details, and then I've got 3 more. Can we do it? Yes, we can. Pretty pumped with that fit. Hey, how are you guys doing? It's awesome. It is 11 degrees out, but doesn't feel like it. I've kind of made that post before that I don't mind if it is colder than what it feels like. But as long as the feels like isn't unpleasant, that's all that really matters. The only thing I really hate about this time of year is how hard it is to move around. Oh, there's another reason not like to go. Why don't we like it? There's a couple turds that rolled out. I'm gonna make some. Nobody's home. Hey, how are you guys doing? How long have you been out here? About an hour. I do say that chores usually take me about an hour and a half. I think they're taking a little bit longer, but I can hardly fucking move in these clothes. And when you have to get the shit out of the buckets, they take a little bit longer. There we go. Yeah, I'm sorry if anybody's somewhere that the crazy cold doesn't normally hit like this. I'm used to it. It's not that fun. I feel like we just survived the 10 darkest weeks only to get stuck. I feel like we just went through the 10 darkest weeks of the year to now just go through the 10 coldest motherfucking days. But it is what it is. We have about, I have no idea how much snow. See, the problem with how much snow came was like 16 inches or something. But, or it wasn't even that. They said 16. I think it ended up being about 7. And it was really like fucking fluffy. So it didn't really end up doing shit. So that was interesting. So let's go get this pushed. And then I'm going to leave this one out here. Now the reason is because my better wheelbarrow is over there, and that better wheelbarrow will have a lot more gaining. Yes, we're gaining 2 minutes of sunlight every day. Right, Striker? Let's go. Shit that came out of a stall out of the trailer last night. Got to clean it out before. Didn't exactly land where I wanted it to, but okay. I need to pee so bad. We're gonna rush through these, but I don't want to. I don't want to stop, get undressed. As you guys saw from my video, it took over 8 minutes to get undressed all the way in order to do it. It is 11 degrees out, so it's warmed up quite a bit. But here we go. What's up, Milo? I think I just realized I need to double check if Kaiser's out. Kaiser being a short-haired Rottweiler cannot handle being outside as long. I need to go make sure he's in. Otherwise he's gonna freeze. Better be everybody coming in. There you go. Stall needs more bedding and Tilly needs a lot more bedding. They're frankly the two stalls that are the furthest away from the bedding pile, so they tend to get the least amount. Just terrible, but it's the honest truth. It's just easier to toss it straight from the pile and a couple of the others than it is to get to these guys, but I'll fix that soon. They are their own haters. So when you give them let them grow their nice long coats, and then you feed them enough and you keep them dry. That's the only thing they can't do on their own. Of course, they have to have a structure outside, but if you, that's the number one reason why I turn in and out is the weather, because it's not the temperature. They don't give a shit about the temperature. Like, a couple of them are sunbathing right now. But most of them don't care. No, they all don't care about the temperature. My herd doesn't. I think that horse blankets are a lot like disability. They're necessary for some. It's necessary for society. And then also at the same hand, it's overly used and abused and not needed for everybody. So, yeah, basically what I gotta say about that. A lot of people think that they need blankets and they don't. The twitch definitely is supposed to only be used for restraining a horse. I just lost my hammer. This stall is exactly the level of cleaning stalls that I consider a lot of fun. You're definitely not supposed to use your twitch for other things. I'm having a good Saturday, almost done chores. I'm pretty excited. Oh boy, here we go. The 4 hitches that are not placing. Blue ribbon days. Which is the sweetheart who's broadcasting this. The guy is so professional reading it. He's such a good guy. For those who don't know, I'm listening to a... It is snow on my back, and it's because I went and sat in a snowbank for a little bit. Oh. Brockward Budulgens did not like it. That's surprising. She's had some pretty good drives this week or month down in Florida. It's weird. Sugar Ridge. Damn it. What's up, man? It says, say hi to the live chat. So, hi. I'm actually going to get these 2 stalls clean, but realizing it's peak time to take some videos. And I need to pee, so I'm going to actually end this for now. I'm going to go pee, make some videos, and we'll see you then. Well, don't send a gift here. Go to my Amazon.